Good morning, y'all. Happy Thursday. Good morning, Mike. You're always the first one in here. Usually you are. How are you doing this morning? I started a little bit early um, because I'm not going to be on. I may not be on the full hour this morning because I've got a lot going on. I probably would have just skipped going live today if I knew everybody was going to be home because it just, it's hectic around here and everybody's home and all the animals and all that. But, anyways, I done had it scheduled. So it looks like Zav Girl made the crime online. And that's the only reason I'm talking about this morning because she made crime online and Nancy Grace got her a ghoul, and I'm going to read the article. I've been getting notified. I'm good, a little stressed, but getting through it. How are you? I'm feeling a little stressed too, Mike. Why are you stressed? You don't have to say, but I just get stressed out. I'm always doing something for an animal or someone else, and it just gets hectic sometimes. And Cleo has went in heat on me, my cat, and she is already clingy. Now she's in heat, she's even more clingy and wants me to carry her around like she just drapes over my shoulder. And she cries until I do it. So I've been like a little stressed out. So it's probably good that I come to do a live stream. Hey, knitting artisan, how are you? Just everyday life curveballs. I know, it's always freaking something. There's always something going on. I've always got some kind of drama going on with these animals. Like Shirley, my white hen, she's been a moody bitch lately. She stands at the hen house door and won't let Lucy, my barred rock, enter at the evenings. Yeah, but when she sees me coming, she stops it. She's a big bully. Needing arson. Boy, I'm stressed too. Got a $900 water bill last night. You need to call, well, you need to see if you've got a water leak. If you know where your meter is, just make sure all the water's off in your house. Go out there and look and see if the meter's turning. If the meter's turning and you're not running no water inside, you've got a water leak. I learned that little trick myself, which is common sense. But yeah, something to talk about. I've missed you, Cece. Hey, Broken Justice. I hope you're feeling better. I know you were in the hospital sick when I was in the hospital. Of course, you was a lot worse than me, but I got bad COPD and pulmonary hypertension. And I tell you, I can tell I have it too. It's so crazy because, like, in the evenings, I told y'all I get tired and, like, I'll take me a nap. And when I wake up, my pupils are popped out of my head like a crackhead or something. It's crazy. Mark will always say, your eyes are doing that again. Go check your blood pressure. And it's always really high, really high. And anyways, I thought, let me see. I'm on my laptop. I'm outside. I'm better. I'm stronger. Great. Great. Hey, girl, it takes a lot out of you. I know you was a lot worse shape than me, but I was sick that I couldn't even hardly hold my head up. I couldn't even walk into the ER. They came out there and put me on my mom on the cart. Yeah, so let's see what's going on here. YouTubers charges her Patreon subscribers to view Gannon's Douch's autopsy photos. I just wanted to read what Nancy Grace had to say about it. Also, Al, Gannon's father, was on News Nation last night, and he made a statement about all this mess. What is that girl going to do about this crap? She needs to make a public apology, don't y'all think? She don't need to contact them directly. Because she done this publicly. She needs to make a public apology and quit using excuses. Just like his mom said, he is not a science experiment. They have been through enough. Al said the only day that he wasn't sitting in that courtroom, he left when they showed the autopsy photos. Now he's afraid to get on freaking YouTube, afraid they'll pop up. And what about the other child, Gannon's sister? And she probably can't even get on social media because of all this mess. And all you people that just want to beat a dead horse and just keep discussing freaking cases that have been freaking solved and somebody convicted, like these newer cases, like they've done the Watts case and stuff. I mean, they're still talking about the freaking case. We know what the freak happened. There's no sense in getting that far into it. I mean, there are certain lines you don't cross. Just because it is freaking legal to do something doesn't mean that you should freaking do it. And that girl said she detached. How could you detach yourself from that? Is she not a mother? I mean, how would she like her family members done like that? I think that shows her true freaking character right there. Because there's some things you just don't damn do in life. And really, she should take a break from YouTube. I don't know if her channel should be terminated or not. I mean, she didn't do it on YouTube. Um, and I don't think people should give her death threats and all that. You won't be seeing me go up there and say nothing to her. What I need to say, I'll say right here in my life. Um, no, don't nobody go leave her mean, disparaging comments, as Corina Kaboom says on her videos. Um, but what she done is just freaking awful. She said in her post that she was trying to put the coroner's testimony in sync with the pictures or something, but it doesn't matter. It was wrong to do. This is an 11-year-old child. If it is illegal to have nude photos of live children, it would be illegal to have photos of deceased children, right? Now, sometimes they will show crime scene photos on like these documentaries. They usually blur out their faces and stuff. And I've noticed like on forensic files, like the real older cases, sometimes they will show the crime scene photos up, but very few episodes. Very few episodes. Okay. YouTube crime enthusiast sparked controversy this week after she reportedly charged her Patreon subscribers to view photos from the autopsy of 11-year-old Gannon Stouch, who was brutally murdered by his stepmonster in January 2020. Bad things always happen in January. I've noticed that on the ID channel too, watching those shows. Most things happen in January. And down in damn Florida, no offense to Florida Iridians, however you say it. Letitia was convicted earlier this year of stabbing Gannon 18 times, beating him, shooting him, stuffing his body into a suitcase. Then she drove from Colorado to Pace, Florida, where she tossed the suitcase over a bridge. She was sentenced to life without parole. Okay, so it just tells us right here. She stabbed him 18 times. She beat him. She shot him. She stuffed his body into a suitcase. Why do you need to look at the freaking pictures? Can't you picture that in your head when you're freaking reading it? God almighty. Um, from Colorado to Pace, Florida, where she tossed the suitcase over a bridge. Okay. YouTuber Zap Girl reportedly filed a Freedom of Information Act request to get the photos from the autopsy, then charged her subscribers $3 to view a video she created from the files she received, according to News Nation. The video created a surge of criticism, much of it condemning the video for the callousness it showed to Gannon Stouch's family. And on my phone, I'll find it in a minute. I'll read Gannon's mom's statement because I took a screenshot of it yesterday on Facebook, but I didn't think it was appropriate to post that. I was going to post it, and I was like, "Nah, you probably shouldn't do that." Okay. Okay. So listen to this statement. There are, there have always been, and there will always be evil ghouls taking advantage of innocent victims, Nancy Grace said. It's called blood money. And while many do not consider it a crime, I do. Oh, I do too, Nancy Grace. Those who have used Sweet Gannon in this horrid manner have bought a one-way ticket to hell. She's speaking to you, Zap Girl. She's speaking to you, sister. Michael Allen, the lead prosecutor in the case, told News Nation there was nothing about Zapgirl's video that provides any dignity or respect to Gannon. Absolutely. It's just completely disrespectful to the family members that had to live through this horror, he said. But even more so, Gannon deserves so much more in life from his stepmother, and he certainly deserves dignity and respect in death. I don't believe that she just woke up one day and thought, I'm going to kill Gannon. I believe she had been abusing him. Went too far. Zap Girl reportedly removed the video, but her Patreon account is now gone from the platform. It's not clear if she removed it or if she was suspended. Well, Patreon, I read a statement from Patreon yesterday, and they took down her account. Her YouTube account remains on the platform. Afterward, her post spread, she added a post to her YouTube channels saying she would consider removing the video if people are truly unhappy with it. But she said right now it seems that there are a lot of people who are acting in bad faith and creating lies for fun and excitement in order to pit others against me. Hey, it don't matter if you put them photos in a video or just post them one by one. You should have never shared those. If you wanted them for yourself to look at, that would have been one thing. That's just an awful thing to freaking do. This case just happened. They just had the freaking trial and stuff. Imagine what the family's going through. Okay. She also defended her actions, saying she thinks an autopsy photos in the coroner explaining them as interesting and informative, and are able to view it all in a more scientific, detached way. You're not a freaking professional. You have no freaking common sense. And I don't even know how she has as many subscribers as she has because she has no freaking personality. She has no freaking passion in her voice. She's just blah, freaking stoner or something. I don't know. I smoke weed, but I'm just saying, she acts like she's stoned out 24/7. That's just my opinion. Maybe she's not. um. Okay. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da. More scientific, detached way, and pointed out that she is not simply selling autopsy photos through her page. Yeah, we're no, you're not selling them, but yeah, you basically did sell them. And then Natasha Cooper wanted to jump in on this so she could get some bad attention, make her more popular. I think they said that she submitted for those. Natasha did, but other people are saying she didn't. That's another one. It ain't worth airing a freaking jug. Okay. See, I don't watch Zap Girl, but I've heard some bad things about her with the Kylie Rodney case and stuff like that. Um, I thought it was disrespectful when that one guy shared, like, he was like trying to zoom in on a picture of Kylie in the back of that car or something. Remember that, guys? Okay. In this case, I spent a lot of time, worked hard putting together a video lining up the coroner's audio and descriptions along with the appropriate part of the photo she is describing and editing it together to try to make it as informative as possible for the viewer, she said. This is what I am charging for, which I hope you can agree is understandable. It's not understandable, you dumbass. She is one of them people, it don't matter how freaking outraged we are, what we say about it. She is going to stick to it. That she done hard work on this and deserved to have been paid for it. And there's nothing wrong with what she did. Oh, there'd be something wrong with it if it was her child, I bet. You can't. I think it makes you a bad true crime YouTuber when you detach yourself. How the hell do you detach yourself? Every time I read an article about a child, it bothers me. That's why I try to avoid them. Okay. That's what I'm charging for. Stick that up your ass. I hope Patreon don't pay you this month. Coming. And you and Natasha, should take that money and donate it. That's what his mother said to do. I'm going to read her statement. You all are some dumbasses, NC and Zav girl. Y'all, I mean, y'all don't got no respect. Okay. Alan said that girl's reasoning rings hollow because the autopsy report also included body diagrams, which could have been used instead of photographs of Gannon. Just completely broken body that reflects the depravity and horror that he had to live through. He deserves some damn respect and death. I wouldn't make it down here where I'm from, going around being that disrespectful. They'd find you laying on a strip job somewhere. Allen also pointed out that it was Florida authorities who approved the FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. Florida law allows these sorts of things to go out, he said. Maybe we need to look at changing the laws as it relates to autopsy photos being released on the internet. Yeah, I think that it should be a law. I mean, you can get the photos for yourself, but it's against the law to share them or put them on the internet. Really, I mean, nobody really needs no autopsy pictures. They got diagrams, like that guy said. Really. I mean, what the hell? How can she finds it interesting and informative? I find true crime interesting too. But there's lines you don't cross. I don't know how you could detach yourself. You're a bad true crime YouTuber. I don't know how she got the following she got. I have no idea because she sucks. I know that I'm not that great. Of course, I'm very unprofessional. I don't put together videos and stuff like that, but I got some damn heart and passion. I got a damn better personality than her. She's dry, real dry. She's dry as freaking dust. Okay, at least one true crime content creator made a video from the autopsy files, but it's not clear if she has removed it. Her Patreon account is still up. They didn't even mention Natasha. They just said true crime content creator. Very careful. She's only supposed to be on this platform. YouTube's going to get wind of that. I didn't even know Natasha had put those up in her Patreon when she was discussing it. She said she cropped the bottom part out from his waist down. But I think, I mean, she just spread the word that she had them too. So she could get some bad publicity because any kind of publicity is good publicity to Natasha. I've tried to like her and sometimes I do find her funny. But I mean, I see all I'm going to say. She's not like her. That's just fine and dandy. But she's not my. Let me see, go into if I can find my notes to read this statement. Hmm. Hold on, let me get it. Because hear me. Okay, there we go. My Wi-Fi is going bad. Okay. Galen is my child and is not an experiment nor a piece of paper or photo. He is my child. I pray that all that is involved in this heinous act will stop and no longer do this to anyone else. I will not give you any satisfaction. No one deserves this. No one wants to be in these shoes. You may say that if it happened to you, you may not change your actions. I do not wish this on anyone. I'm sure you would rethink your actions if this was indeed you or your child. That good that I take from this is that good people still exist, and in a matter of seconds, Gannon's army came together. I surely hope Gannon taught you all a lesson. He is the one who deserves an apology, my son, Gannon. Amen to that. Amen to that. And I think everybody, including me, just needs to stop doing it. Tasha pushed things too far. Too. I know that my partner made peace with, but I do not agree with the way she behaves. But I know how to be cordial. Yeah, I don't understand that. That really annoys me. Something to talk about. Not you. Just she's awful nice to Natasha. As I'm gonna say, that's your friend. You know, it's just she ain't my cup of tea. She's too damn shady. Collects too much damn money. That's weird. I know it's not my money and stuff. I mean, she's collected probably $100,000 the last couple of years. Probably more than that. Oh, I want to go on a vacation. I want to raise eight. I mean, just over and over and over. It's freaking weird. Let me see. Let me go to my history. I wanted to play Al's thing. She's shady. Where I watched too many damn videos. Here, let me pull it up. I was trying to go through my history. Um, let's see. I wanted to play Al's video. Damn, they put up a bunch more videos since then. Gosh, they upload a lot of videos, don't they? Here we go. I don't know if this is Al's statement or another video. They're saying this video says YouTuber victimizes crime victim. Let me see if I can skip it.
Me the most is as a society we should be protecting children.
Laura Mathis.
Children are vulnerable. Children are innocent. That's what Gannon.
She is the Lady Talkins from Hidden True Crime Podcast.
Stands for. That is why we're all heartbroken over what happened to Gannon. And so to re-victimize this child who represents that innocence that was taken away from him.
Yes.
This little boy that doesn't have a voice, that never had a voice.
Yeah.
We are responsible to now be that voice for him, and so I think that's the thing that traumatizes me the most about this is just that all of us, all of the creators, and I believe that there are more creators that shared these pictures. We should be thinking about protecting children in life and in death. We protect children. We protect their vulnerability. We protect their bodies. We protect who they are, and it's up to us to do that.
Yeah, and I think about the trials that we've covered, even Valo recently. You sit in the courtroom, we sat together, and you see what these families go through, and you see the way they have to leave the courtroom when certain photos are showed. And I just don't think some of these YouTubers realize that these are like real people.
No, they don't care.
Curious, you're a lawyer. I think a lot of people are asking, like, how was she able to get these photos? Like, why should these photos? Why?
I hope I don't get in trouble for playing this.
Should you be able to write a check
I'm trying
to the
talk
government?
over
I think
it.
she paid $400 and received these photos in the mail.
$400.
So Florida has one of the most liberal Freedom of Information Act laws with the Sunshine Law because Florida puts a big emphasis on the public having access to public documents. And I am all for that. But there is literally a law in place with an exception for autopsy photos, especially of minors that have died as a result of domestic violence. And the only way that those can be released is if it is to the deceased parents or close family members. So these autopsy photos should have never been included in any Freedom of Information
guys.
Act request.
They shouldn't have even got those photos because there's a law. Can't release photos of people that's died from domestic violence. That is domestic violence. That's a stepmother.
And frankly, there is a third-degree felony in the statute for the custodian of records if they willfully and knowingly released these documents. Now, my guess is what happened is she requested the entire file and they sent the entire file and just didn't do their job to look through and pull these photos out.
Wow.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com.
Okay, I wanted to find. Let me go to my history. I wanted to play another video. And I'm going to have to get off here in a minute. Right here. Let's see. Now that was Queen Bee's. Right here it is.
It is re-traumatizing. It's hard to,
It's Al.
We just finished the trial just over 2 months ago, Brian, and now we're having to kind of relive some of this stuff and not being able to put it behind us.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think for me, like, what really pushed it over the edge was the charging the money. I mean, obviously posting it alone would be disgusting, but then charging money to see those photos, it's really, really just awful.
I just want to pause for a minute. There is a reason real journalists and stuff don't do things like this, because they know it's not right. They've got to have some ethics and stuff. See, that's where I think the mistake came in. They should have never released to begin with. No.
The word I use to describe it is evil, Brian.
Evil, yeah.
My opinion is just evil. Like,
Money hungry.
the world got enough information from the trial
Exactly.
to have every discussion they want to have. Why do we need to go have a freedom of information request and pay for this kind of information and then dishonor my son by putting these photos out there like that? I mean, the world got to see it. I don't know how well you followed it, but the only day I chose not to come to the trial was the day that they showed the autopsy photos. Now I feel like I can't even go on YouTube without the possibility of accidentally coming across these photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I when we talked to the prosecutor last night, I mean, they made a special effort to make sure that those photos were not released on the live stream. In other trials that I've covered, they always do that. I mean, they just want the jurors to see them because that's part of obviously the legal process, but it's not the kind of thing that the public needs to see at all. Do you think you may take legal action? Is there anything that you can do to get these off the internet to sort of like protect your son?
We've talked through some of those options. The hard part, Brian, is I am just emotionally and psychologically and financially maxed out from the last 3+ years of this process.
Yeah.
I just,
Bless his heart.
to take legal action, I just don't know if I have that in me. But what I'm trying to do with you tonight, and I appreciate you having us on, is to help shape the narrative. And I don't really think I have to do much. Based on the messages you've received and the feedback I've seen from other responses, I don't think it's going to take much from us to have these people, repointed in the right direction.
Yeah, I think people just lose sight of the fact
Yeah,
that
they
these are
would have,
real
Vicky.
families dealing
I
with
wouldn't
this.
have,
I mean,
though.
there's a true crime community, and 99% of them have good intentions and are really focused on the victims. I'm sure you felt that through all of this, but there's just those bad apples out there that are trying to make money. The other thing I keep thinking about is the fact that she and others were even able to get the photos. It seems like there should.
So I just wanted to play a little bit of that. It's hard to listen to him talk. I'll finish it.
Be some kind of law, or it shouldn't be that easy to just
There should be some kind of
put in
law.
a request and be able to
There
get
is
those
in
photos
Florida,
sent to you.
but she shouldn't have them at all.
Yeah, once again, I think that's a question for a legal representative. I do believe in
She may end up in trouble.
to a certain extent, but I think the problem from my perspective is you can't always control what someone with evil intentions will do, and that's what we have in this case here. So I don't know. I'm not a legal guy. I have to look at the ins and outs of the FOIA Act and all that, but there is a lot of good that comes out of release of information. It's just in this instance, and having to bear this burden myself, it's hard to say this, but in this instance, someone has taken that and turned it into evil.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, Al, thank you
Bless
for coming
his
on.
heart.
Again, I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. I totally understand you being emotionally exhausted.
Oh, I know, Vicky. I know.
Just adding
I was
on to
just
that.
saying, I wouldn't
I
show.
hope that people will continue to be outraged by this.
Look, she wanted to be the first to get her hands. When she saw them pictures was included in there, she wanted to be the first to put them out. because she knew that people would be flocking to that Patreon to view it. What is the morbid curiosity and indicative of? I don't know. Maybe she's a little bit of a freaking weirdo. I mean, how could she do that? And Natasha Cooper, she wanted a piece of the pie too. And I think she's mad because, like all the news articles, Newsweek, and all that, barely even mentioned her. Sometimes they don't even mention her in the article. She wanted her name out there. Really, she shouldn't want her name out there because she's not supposed to be on this platform. She's had about 50 damn channels terminated. Word's going to get back to YouTube. I think that I would just find, I mean, personally, me, I would just find another platform to go to if they terminated my channel, because you're never going to be able to keep a channel up once they terminate you like that. And I have noticed when she starts these channels, when she gets monetized, right before AdSense pays out, about a week before, they'll terminate her channel. She really messes up when she monetizes. I guess I have a little bit of a morbid curiosity because I watched that channel about like the vintage photos where it shows the dead, because back in Victorian times and stuff, they used to photograph the dead. They'd prop them up and everything. Um, so I do watch that. Well, I mean, not on a regular basis, but I have watched that before. But that's kind of like history, though. You know, um, that's not like a fresh case. She may get in some kind of legal trouble over this, guys. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit with y'all. Sorry to rush off, but I've got some things to do. I've got some of Timothy's laundry in. I got to get it out of the washer, dry it, because he's going to my mom's to visit for a few days. And I've got some cleaning to do. Hey, Gayla, good morning. Got some cleaning to do and just different things. I was thinking about the Manson woman, Leslie Van Houten, however the hell you say her name. I bet she don't. She's been in prison 53 years. She just got released to like a half transitional place. I bet she don't know what the hell to do because she has been told what to do for the last 53 years. She's been in prison. If I was her, I'd dye my hair and change my look so people wouldn't recognize me. Because I seriously doubt she's going to be able to find a damn job anywhere. She needs to change her damn name. Anyways, I'm going to watch some more Manson documentaries so we can talk about him some more. I find Manson interesting. I just don't know how he convinced those people, that he was like godlike. They'd take acid trips, y'all, and reenact the crucifixion of Christ. Yeah. And then he would say, "Will you die for me?" I watched Autopsy and Other Morbid Things, I guess, when I cover a case too easy to jump down the rabbit hole. Yeah. Well, that's one thing, but it's totally different when you post autopsy pictures of kids. I go down rabbit holes sometimes. I used to. And I have looked at autopsy photos. Not of children, though. I don't think I've ever seen John Benet Ramsey's autopsy photo. I've seen it's all over the internet, but she had her pajamas on. It wasn't like a nude photo. It's on Google. I've seen that. But these cases that are fresh and just happened in the recent years, I wouldn't have wanted to have seen the Watts children or any child for that matter. I'm going to Chicago rebate tomorrow. Oh, really? Be careful. I would love to go to Chicago. Just see it, the Windy City. It used to be full of like gangsters back in the day, Al Capone. I like to watch about stuff like that too, stuff about the mob and just history stuff. If I went there, I'd have to go hit the museums. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all in the morning. I'll go ahead and set up a stream, and we'll have a better stream in the morning. Anyways, y'all have a great day. Thanks for chatting. Be safe, be kind, and peace.